Fundamentally, unethical recruitment, the way what we call the traditional recruitment model works for people out of the developing world working in the Middle East and parts of Asia, is based on a bonded labour or labour exploitation model. The whole thing is based around the desperation of the individuals to travel overseas, work to lift their families out of poverty. Sadly, the desperation that these people have to work overseas is exploited by unscrupulous people, both in their own country, the source country, and indeed in the destination country. Classically, what happens is at the village level, there will be unofficial agents who will link them up with a manpower company in probably the capital city, who will be the licensed legal recruitment company that has a government license to send people overseas for employment. They will pay a significant amount of money to that agent to get the introduction to the manpower company. They will then pay yet more money to the manpower company to get the job overseas. In many cases, they will not have that money. They will need to get the money from their wider family, or what is very common is that they get a loan from the manpower company at 40% or more interest rates, which is where the bondage comes from. So everyone wants to know who's guilty, who's the villain in the piece. The media coverage we've seen recently is looking for, who do we point the finger at? And the truth of it is that everyone is guilty and no one is guilty. There is no particular actor to be singled out as the villain here. It's a systemic problem. Qatar, UAE government definitely do not want to see labour exploitation in their countries. In the source countries, the ministries of labour don't wish to see their people having the most miserable experiences during their employment overseas and coming home in coffins. The fact of it is that there are problems throughout the system, and there is complicity in bad practice throughout the system, which results in the horrific realities that we've seen in the media recently. Change is fundamentally going to come from a wider realization as to not just the welfare benefits that ethical recruitment brings and ethical management of workers brings, but the productivity benefits that it brings. The studies we're doing at the moment, and indeed the pilot projects we're rolling out, show very clearly that people who are selected through an ethical process are much more productive, and that the upfront investment by employers in ethical recruitment delivers bottom line benefits. That is a really important and a very clear message. So I really believe that that will be one of the drivers of change.